What's good, everybody? It's Richard Donahue and
Landon Kasuziak.
with Turf Talk, and today we're going to be talking about the Super Bowl, player predictions for the Super Bowl, Le'Veon Bell, the Sabres, the Bandits, AB, Kelsey versus Tucker, upcoming contracts, Taylor Swift, Saquon, top 5 running backs. We have a bunch of stuff in plan for today. This is our first video that is going to be actually recorded, so here's our faces. I think we should just get started right now and do our Super Bowl prediction. So it doesn't matter anymore since I have won our prediction battle for the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm going with the 49ers. I think that Mahomes, he's going too quick. I don't think he's going to get the dub. And I think Brock Purdy is going to get his first Super Bowl win. So give me the 49ers 34-24.
I want the 49ers to win, but they're not going to. It's Patrick Mahomes. So I'm going to take the Chiefs 35-32.
And then, so I'm going to give 3 players that stat predictions that I believe in. So pretty much, I'm going to have Mahomes, 304 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing touchdown to Kelsey. I'm going to do Isaiah Pacheco, 82 yards rushing, 27 receiving not receiving touchdown, 0 touchdowns. And I'm going to do CMC is always a fun player to do, so I'm going to do 89 rushing yards, 81 receiving yards, 1 receiving TD, 1 rushing TD, and then we're going to say that he wins Super Bowl MVP. So what are your 3?
I'll take Patrick Mahomes going for like 206 yards, 58 rushing yards, 2 passing touchdowns. MVS is going to have a big game. I'll take him 6 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. And I'll take CMC to go 112 yards and 2 touchdowns.
So for all you sports bettors, MVS, his prop is set at under and over 18.5. So you do over 18.5, and that's pretty much free money. And then if you're on Prize Picks, you could do over 0.5 yards for Mahomes, and then that's already a 2-leg parlay. Get 2 more guys in there, you get that, you can cash out. So
is this an ad read?
I'm just telling you, Prize Picks sponsor us. So I think Landon wants to talk about the Sabres, but we'll get into the other stuff later.
Yeah, Sabres since last week. They only played 1 game since, and they lost last night 3-2, I think. Or no, 2-1. The offense sucks. The coaching sucks.
The ownership sucks.
Yeah.
Dude, just sell the franchise.
The owner said, I think that Pagula, he is going to sell the franchise.
He needs
he's in debt, I'm pretty sure. But somebody connected to the organization I saw said that they understand that the fans are frustrated, but they're frustrated too. But they're the ones who have an input on the team.
Their management. They're the problem.
Their poor management is what's making this team.
They're wasting so much talent.
So
too.
bad. It's the youngest team in the NHL, and the team's just not good. It's not good. It's another year of suckiness. That's the normal around here. But bright spot, Rasmus Dahlin. He was in the All-Star games this weekend. Or last weekend. He didn't win. He was on Team McDavid. They didn't win. They made it to the championship, but lost to Austin Matthews' team. But the NHL All-Star games, much better than the Pro Bowl, which I did like the Pro Bowl. I thought the Pro Bowl was pretty good.
And I watched it last year, and I always thought the Pro Bowl was kind of stupid. But last year, I thought it was really good, and this year, I think it was even better than they did it last year.
Yeah,
last year they did all the they did dodgeball, but this year they did a lot more player competitions, and that I feel in my opinion, that was really fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a nice watch. But the NHL All-Star game is still better.
Yeah, the NBA is clearly the best too. They have so many competitions.
I don't know. McDavid, he took that NHL All-Star game. He was going crazy. He got fastest skate time. He hit 4 targets in the net in 9.8 seconds. I think the closest after him was about 12.6. I don't know. McDavid won 4 different challenges. It was pretty crazy, but
So, Le'Veon Bell is trying to reunite with the Steelers. How do you feel about that?
No.
What is this?
What does he want?
Yeah, I think Le'Veon Bell should. Honestly, James Warren and Najee was probably the best running back duo. I mean, not one of top three. I mean, there's Achane, Mostert, there's them, and then like who else? What's another running back duo?
Running back duo?
There's really not a lot. So
Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss?
yeah, they're top three. That's probably my top three. So if Le'Veon Bell goes in there, that's a very good running back by committee. You got Najee. I know you don't want to hear it, but you got Najee. You got Le'Veon Bell, who said he would come back better than ever, which I don't believe. Pretty sure he boxed Frank Gore, didn't he? Or he was like
did.
boxing.
He did, but he lost. I'm 90% sure.
Yeah, Frank Gore won.
How old is Le'Veon Bell?
I mean, Le'Veon Bell, I would love to see him in the league again. We haven't seen him since 2021. He kind of got screwed over by Andy Reid, is what I've been hearing. See it on Instagram all the time. He's talking crap about Andy Reid, saying that Andy Reid promised him a bunch of stuff. And in that Super Bowl win that they had, he got a ring, but he didn't really contribute. He had like 350 total yards that season. It's kind of a disappointment, in my opinion. But, I mean, in his prime, before he held out for that contract, he was an absolute savage. And then the Jets ruined his career.
You're looking exactly right on that.
Really?
He had like 353 total yards.
I know my not LeBron. I know my Le'Veon Bell.
I know my LeBron. Come on now. Yeah, but you're gonna say all this about Le'Veon Bell. He hasn't done anything really productive since 2017. I got the stats right here.
Well, he's
31 years old. He hasn't
seen
played
players resurge so much in the past couple years.
Dude, he hasn't played meaningful football in like.
Neither did Josh
30 years.
Gordon, and Josh Gordon helped the Chiefs.
Josh Gordon did not help the Chiefs.
Yeah, he did.
No, he
in
didn't.
my opinion, he was a glue guy.
Didn't.
He was a glue guy.
Okay. Let's look at these stats ever since he left Pittsburgh in 2017. He had 245 carries for 789 yards, 3.2 yards a carry, and 3 touchdowns his first year with the Jets. And then playing 2 games for the Jets in 2020, he had 19 carries for 74 yards and 3.9 yards a carry. And then the Chiefs, he got 254 yards in 9 games played, 4 yards a carry.
The Bucks.
And then he played for 2 teams in 2021. He played for the Ravens and the Bucks, and he had 2.7 and 2.3 yards a carry.
Okay, but
the Bucks had a good offensive line then.
Nah, everyone knows that the Jets ruin people's careers. Look at Aaron Rodgers.
So why would he come back if his career's already ruined?
Because he can resurge it after this boxing.
With Arthur Smith?
Yo, Arthur Smith is a good OC. He's just a terrible head coach. I'm telling you.
He was carried by Derrick Henry.
Yeah, all right. I don't think so. I think Arthur Smith is a good offensive coordinator. He's not awful. He's not like... He's really not that bad. Just most head coaches that don't work out are just offensive coordinators that don't know how to be a head coach.
Atlanta didn't have a single top 15 offense in his time coaching there. If he's supposed to be this great offensive coordinator...
I don't think he's great. I think he's decent. I definitely think he's decent.
With what quarterback?
Dude, Mason Rudolph.
Dude.
I'm telling you. And then speaking of the killer bees, Antonio Brown diagnosed Kadarius Toney with CTE. I thought that was pretty interesting.
He's the best wide receiver in the league.
Yeah, Antonio Brown invited Kadarius Toney to hop on the podcast with him and Chandler Jones, the CT ESPN. I'd love to see that. Kadarius Toney kind of ruined his career. Huh?
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Actually, they have Chandler Jones.
Yes, the CT ESPN.
I don't even think Chandler Jones has CTE. He's just an insane crackhead.
Yeah, he's just really dumb. But I'd love to see Kadarius Toney on there because he kind of ruined his career talking about the injuries. He's not actually hurt. The Chiefs were doing him a favor by not doing that. Like they were not playing him so he could get a contract with another team. Him doing this is showing that he's a bad teammate. It's showing that he doesn't care about the franchise. It's not a good look.
He really wasn't even that bad of a player. He's a project.
Remember that one game against the Cowboys when he was on the Giants? He had 189 yards.
I don't remember who I was talking about, but I was talking about that earlier in the week. But he's not a bad player, and he really could have resurged his career somewhere else. Because let's be honest, he just does not fit in Kansas City, and.
I feel like no one fills it. No one really is doing good in Kansas City other than Rashee Rice. Other than Tyreek and Rashee Rice, no one's really done anything. I mean, I guess you could say Mecole Hardman has, but even that, Mecole Hardman's kind of just a glue guy, and he hasn't done anything. He's just really fast.
Is that your word of the day?
Yeah, glue guy. I saw an Instagram reel about it, and I love the term. So, let me look. Kelsey versus Tucker. So in the past episode, we were talking about how Kelsey was being a dick, and it turns out that it might have been Justin Tucker being a dick, and it wasn't Kelsey. So Justin Tucker was. We saw the videos of Kelsey throwing his stuff and Mahomes kicking his helmet and all that. But it turns out that Travis Kelsey on the New Heights podcast said that Justin Tucker was actually supposed to make way for the players. So is it Justin Tucker's fault? You don't really know. I think it's just one of those things. It's an AFC championship game. It's a road team. I'm sure Justin Tucker was instigating it, but I'm not sure. I mean, you have anything to say?
It's Justin Tucker's turf.
It is, and Justin Tucker's been in Baltimore for way too long.
Exactly.
He has that swag
I
now.
saw it was some tweet that said about how Mahomes has played in the NFL for 7 years, has never had a problem with that, and how Tucker should have moved for him. But Tucker's played in the league for 12 years.
Yeah.
So why would he move for Patrick Mahomes?
And Tucker's the greatest of all time at his position too.
Exactly.
Mahomes is just number 2 for me. I mean, we could throw it up right now. My top 5, it's pretty interesting. I got Mike Vick at 4, but it's just an overall top 5. His talent was too good before he beat the Dogs. I mean, he was just such a...
He had the Dogs beat each other.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So we can talk about the Bandits right now, and the Bandits are back. I don't know if you guys have been looking at the Bandits, but they are back. They're on a little bit of a win streak, aren't they?
They are. They were 2-3, and now they're up to they're 5-3.
I mean,
they've been playing great lacrosse, except they cannot pull games away. It's been a little touch and go the last 2 weeks. They take a lead late, and they slowly let them come back in, and it gets scary at the end, but they get it done.
Typical Buffalo fashion, but as long as you get
it
done,
win.
it doesn't matter.
They win.
That's all that matters.
Exactly.
I mean, look at the Buffalo wins this year. None of them were pretty, but I mean, some of them were. Obviously, the Washington game was pretty, but later in the end of the year, other than the Cowboys game, that Chargers game, the Patriots game, the Dolphins game, all of those were nail biters. I think the Sabres, you look at them, they're a failing organization. The Buffalo Bandits are the only bright spot in Buffalo right now, and I hope that they could go back to back, and that would be a three-peat of times going to the championship.
3 times going,
that'd be pretty.
2 in a row.
Be pretty good. And then what is this? This would be the 5th championship that we've had in our career.
6th.
6? Yes. So it's not
They won 5 last year.
I don't want to say it too early, but I definitely think the Bandits have a shot. They have a really good team this year. They finally figured it out. I think it was just they started rusty. They're on the championship high.
Yeah, probably.
But
I don't know. They got a lot of talent on that team, but it's not like the past 3 few years in the MLL. There's a lot more talent that's coming up in the MLL.
The lacrosse in general. Everyone's playing lacrosse now.
NLL.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they've been talking about how that's the next big league.
It's the PGA and the MLL. Or not MLL. You got me saying it. The NLL and the PLL. NLL.
You said
PLL.
PGA.
Yeah, the PGA.
Like the golf?
Yeah, those are the next 3 upcoming leagues, I'm telling you.
PGA's been here for a while.
Yeah, but it's everyone's playing golf, everyone's playing lacrosse.
Challenge.
These are the next 2 sports. I mean, they're really good sports. I enjoy them both. So,
yeah, I'll find myself watching some golf.
Trust me, this summer when there's not a lot of football content, you will see a lot of golf.
You'll be seeing golf.
You'll be seeing a lot of golf content.
He just lost a few subscribers on that one.
Oh. So, I know Landon doesn't want to talk about this, but
what are we talking about?
Taylor Swift's lucky number is 13.
I'm not talking about this topic.
Brock Purdy, number 13. Get it done. Save America, Brock Purdy.
I like the sound of that.
No one wants Mahomes to get his 3rd. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it if he does, because it's just writing a narrative that he's one of the best of all time. But get it done, Brock Purdy. I want you to have a career. I mean, you look at it, he got injured in the championship game. He what was he? Was he undefeated until his shoulder injury?
Yeah.
Undefeated his rookie year. You're Mr. Irrelevant. Now you go into this season, the only 3 losses you had was in a 3-game losing stretch where something just fell apart. And the Ravens game, which
I think he was concussed.
I mean, it's possible. A lot of
I think he was concussed.
a lot
No,
of
you look at
the
that,
NFLPA is bad.
I look at that Vikings game, the Thursday night game.
That was stupid.
Brock Purdy took like 7 shots straight to the dome.
Yeah, and when he was getting sacked, his head was hitting off the turf like every time.
He's got to get into jiu-jitsu like Tua.
Dude, look at Tua. He didn't get hurt all year. I mean, maybe Brock Purdy does have to. And I like what Brock Purdy was clapping back at Cam Newton about. He said...
Oh, he clapped back?
Yeah, he said, I may be the 10th best player on my team, but at least I'm on an NFL roster. There's 90 different quarterbacks on an NFL roster, and you're not one of them. Ooh. So that's pretty badass. Brock Purdy's feeling himself, and I hope he really goes into Las Vegas and kicks the Kansas City Chiefs' butt.
I hope that happens. Too.
I'd love it.
I may have taken the Chiefs, but I don't want them to win. I just want to be different, and...
I get it, yeah.
I don't want to bet against them again.
But the 49ers have a chance to make history with this Taylor Swift diss track. There's a Taylor Swift diss track. I've seen it all over Instagram Reels. The 49ers, before every game, they come out with a beatbox.
I saw this, yeah.
If they could play that...
Taylor Swift diss track as they're walking out for the Super Bowl.
Dude, I'm so excited for this Super Bowl. 49ers Chiefs rematch, Biden versus Trump rematch. Everything's happening again. It's a leap year. I'm very excited. I'm so excited for the Super Bowl. One more thing I wanted to say about the Super Bowl is I think over under 13.5. I think Taylor Swift's going to have over 13.5 appearances in the Super Bowl because
I'll take the under on that.
Really?
I'll take the under, yeah.
I also think that Taylor Swift, because she's going to be there, this is going to be the most highly televised Super Bowl in NFL history. I think it's going to break records for sure.
Well, a lot of people watch the Super Bowl anyway, but Taylor Swift being there...
This is going to be a global Super Bowl. I think everyone around the world is going to be watching.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my opinion, though.
They all want Taylor Swift, dude.
So, we got a couple more topics. One thing I wanted to say was, what are with the running backs and this confidence that they have? Saquon and Breece Hall think that they're going to be the best running backs next year in the league. That's crazy. Breece Hall, when the Jets, it was week 18, going into week 18, and he was saying that he wants to be the best running back in the league, and he will be next year. That's a little pushing it, in my opinion.
You said it last year, too, I think.
Yeah, well, I don't think so, but, I guess I could get it because he could develop. Saquon said CMC is the best in the league and he's coming for that title next year. No, you're not. You're washed. He's washed. Dude, I mean, he's had good seasons, but he hasn't had a year like his rookie year because of how many injuries he's had. I mean, I think his best year since his rookie year was 1,400 all-purpose and 12 touchdowns. That's still really good, but it's not best running back in the league.
Last year he had 1,700 all-purpose.
Really?
Yeah, he stayed healthy all year last year.
Well, I mean, you look at CMC though. He has had 2 2K all-purpose seasons. I don't think anyone's done that in NFL history. We've talked about this before, but
LaDainian Tomlinson has, and I think Adrian Peterson has too.
AP?
Oh, and no, we didn't.
No,
we went over this.
I'm pretty sure AP and LT didn't.
No, I think
LT had 1.
I think LT got 2.
We'll have to stat check this, but
I think he might have got 2.
Either way, if you're in company with just LaDainian Tomlinson, that's pretty good company. It's you and him, and LT has the record for 31 touchdowns in a season, most all-purpose. That's crazy. And that Chargers,
I don't think that'll ever get broken.
No way, dude. That Chargers offense was ridiculous. Phillip Rivers was literally just going to Antonio Gates every play, and Antonio Gates was getting 3-4 touchdowns a game. I think Antonio Gates had a season where he had 18 or 17 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's never a yard guy. He's more of a touchdown guy.
It's nuts, and that's I think Phillip Rivers is underrated, but he used his tight end so much, and that's something that the NFL needs to go back to, kind of.
Yeah, tight ends have kind of started to they've gone to more receiving. You don't see tight ends block anymore.
What have you seen?
Kittle's the only one.
Yeah, exactly, blocks. And that's why Travis Kelce said Kittle was the best in the league.
Exactly, nobody blocks anymore. Can you name 3 starting blocking tight ends?
I mean, I guess Mark Andrews, kinda.
George Kittle. Exactly. There's nobody else.
Hooper.
Austin Hooper's not the starter.
What about Hayden Hurst?
Hayden Hurst has some brain problem.
I don't know. What's with Raheem Morris? Raheem Morris, when he talked about what's exciting about the Falcons' offense, he said Drake London and Bijan Where's
No
Kyle Pitts?
no
Why
Kyle
are they
Pitts.
wasting his career? He ran the second fastest 40 for a tight end ever.
And then he had
Davis.
He had the greatest rookie tight end season of all time.
Yeah, what is this?
Were you talking to GW about this?
I was talking to GW about this. What is going on with Kyle Pitts? No one is giving him the respect that he deserves, and it's kind of stupid.
Get that man a quarterback. Imagine him. I know you're gonna love the sound of this. But
Him on the Dolphins offense.
Yeah.
That speed at tight end. I've thought about it. I've definitely done that in Madden franchise a couple times.
That'd be nasty.
That would be nuts.
That's a Super Bowl team right there.
Yeah. Well, going back to the running backs, I think we should talk about our top 5 running backs because we made the top 5 and we posted it on Instagram for our quarterbacks, but we never ended up doing the running
didn't
backs.
do current quarterbacks.
Yeah, we did our all time. So here are our current top 5. I mean, we'll go one at a time. My number 1's definitely Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, that's not doubt CMC. There's people who try to debate Nick Chubb.
Get out of here.
They can get out of here.
Dude, I mean, if he stayed healthy, I could have seen it happen. But, dude, this is his, what is this, third knee injury? I think his career might be done, but I still have him in my top 5.
I kind of just... I don't think I have him in my top 5.
I have to. I mean, you got to give him his respect. He's definitely a top 3 running back when healthy. Yeah. And if he could come back from this, which, I mean, anyone
I'm going
can
off
come
this
back.
current season, so...
I mean, I'm going off both.
I'm not going off past greatness.
I'm going off both because my number 2 is going to be Alvin Kamara, and I don't think I need to explain that. Alvin Kamara, I took him in all my fantasy leagues. He was so down low because of the 4-game suspension he had, or 6-game or whatever. Came back and just dominated fantasy, dominated for his team. I mean, they didn't win a lot, but he was the bright spot on his team. He averaged, I think, like 80-something yards and a touchdown at least. And then he was also getting receiving yards. And then when you got your quarterback is trash Derek Carr and Jameis Winston occasionally, you got some Taysom Hill throws in there. That's not really that good. He didn't really have a good offense. But
this guy is using fantasy football and rating running backs.
Hey,
fantasy.
Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey have the same statistical things since they've been in the league. They both have like 9.5 total yards.
Hating on Jameis Winston, too.
Dude, Christian McCaffrey has more games than Kamara, and they have the same amount of yards, same amount of touchdowns, same amount of carries. It's not even just fantasy football. It's just logic, in my opinion. I think Kamara is definitely top 3. If not 2, definitely top 3.
I don't even know if I know my 2 right now. I gotta think.
You want me to go my 3?
Yeah, go your 3. I don't even know my 2.
My 3, I mean, this might be...
I gotta
it's pushing it, but I just have to put him in there. Derrick Henry.
I was thinking of that.
See,
yeah.
I mean, Spears is definitely taking over in Tennessee, and they knew that Henry was out after the end of the year, but he still did really good when he wasn't tired. He had to have 1,000 yards this year, right?
Yeah, he was way over that.
Yeah,
he was still top 5 in the league in rushing yards.
He still had a really good year. I think Derrick Henry is definitely my 3. And
yeah.
Do you have your 2?
Well, I took CMC 1.
Mm-hmm. There's a big drop off for running backs.
Yeah,
it's like CMC and then everyone else.
I gotta sit here and think. I actually don't know who I have at 2. I gotta think. I don't even have running backs in my mind right now.
My 4 is Raheem Mostert. I mean, I don't put him in my top 5 usually, but after the season he had, you have to throw him in there. He played 15 games. He had 1,040 something rushing yards, and then he had like 200 something receiving, and then he had 21 all-purpose touchdowns. Led the league. I mean, if you lead, ooh,
Just got a cramp.
Yeah. Ooh, that's bad.
Dude.
Oh no. Oh god. Oh.
All right, I guess I'll take over.
Yeah, take over. You gotta get your top 5.
All right, so 2, I guess.
What is this? What is it?
I can't focus with you.
I'll stay silent.
All right. So 2, I will take. Honestly, 2, I'm gonna give it to Kyren Williams.
Oh
Underrated.
my God.
You took Alvin Kamara. I don't want to hear it. I'm going off this past season. Kyren Williams. He missed some games, and he was second in the league in rushing yards. He had decent amount of touchdowns. So imagine what Kyren could have done. He could have had CMC rushing numbers. Not rushing touchdowns, but rushing numbers if he played all 18 games. He played in 15 games. And I think he still had about 1,200 rushing yards. And he was going nuts. I had him on my fantasy team. He was a waiver wire warrior this year. And it really was, he's a great running back. And he's going to be great next year. So...
All right, well, I'll do my top 5. My last pick, Landon kind of enlightened me there. I'm going to go 5A, Nick Chubb, 5B, Kyren Williams, because Kyren has had 1 year with success, so I have to throw him in there. But Nick Chubb also has had the career that he's had. So I just got to throw him in. 5A and 5B, Kyren and Nick Chubb. It's just, it's not even a competition. And then after that... I know a lot of people put Josh Jacobs in the top 5 and Jonathan Taylor in the top 5. I mean, they're in my top 10. They're right outside the top 5, but they're just not there yet, in my opinion. Jacobs had the fall off. Jonathan Taylor, since his 1,700-yard rushing year, has fallen off hard, and that's kind of due to injuries, too. But it's just, I don't know. They're top 10 running backs. They're honorable mentions, but that's my only honorable mentions.
Josh Jacobs will be in my top 5.
Dying.
Is it that bad?
Yeah, it's bad. It's still going. I don't know how. Yo, toss me my water.
Dude.
No, this is a YouTube short for sure.
Oh, this is our new cameraman, everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Clap it up for him.
Donato Photography on Instagram.
Follow it up. All right, so I'll take my 3. I'll take Derrick Henry. Same reasons he did. He's still Derrick Henry. And then 4, might be some bias in me. But
It's over.
4, I'm gonna take James Cook. I mean, after this past year, he was great. I mean, I know what he was talking about before we turned the camera on.
James Cook?
Yeah, I did.
Are you kidding me?
At 4.
At top 4? That's crazy. That's a hot take.
Dude, you took Alvin Kamara at 2.
Because, Alvin Kamara's at least top 3.
Whatever. Everyone's gonna agree with you too.
Yeah, I know they will, because James Cook's not top 4.
No, they don't know the facts. They'll just
All right,
immediately
give them the facts.
They'll just immediately agree. All right, bet. Let me pull up James Cook's stats. Let me pull up his stats real quick.
He had a good year this year, but he's not top 4.
What I tell you, I was going off this year. God. So James Cook's stats this year. Let's take a peek. He had 1,122 yards, 227 carries. He had 4.7 yards a carry. He only had 2 rushing touchdowns, but the Bills, they put in other running backs on the goal line. James isn't the biggest dude. But he's not the biggest. Let's look at this Cowboys game. 25 carries for 179 yards, 7.2 yards a carry, and a touchdown. One of his touchdowns. James Cook is great. He's great in the receiving game. If I could pull up those stats right now, I would, but I'm not gonna. And I thought you said it was done.
Huh?
I thought you said it was done. You're still complaining.
It's coming back.
Dude, drink more water.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm loading creatine right now. It's day 4. Tomorrow's my last day. This won't happen again, probably.
Probably. What did I just do? 4? All right, and then I'm gonna get a 5A, 5B, just like you did. I'm gonna take Raheem Mostert, just to make you happy.
21 all-purpose touchdowns.
He was really good this year. And then I will take. I don't believe in the fall off. I'm gonna take Josh Jacobs as 5B. I don't believe in the fall off. All right, listen. He was hurt all year, and honestly, his stats aren't even that bad. Behind a Raiders offensive line that it wasn't the best, but at the beginning of the season, they hadn't found where they were. And let's check these stats. He hadn't played since December 10th, where he got hurt. And before that, he had 805 yards, 6 touchdowns. He did only average 3.5 yards a carry, which that was a problem for him. But I do think that he can really bring it back up and probably revive his career come free agency when the Raiders will not re-sign him.
Okay.
What was that about?
Keep going.
And, I mean, it was A little bit of a down year from Jacobs, but I believe in him. Honorable mention to Aaron Jones and your guy Alvin Kamara. Great players.
You know what? I kind of did forget about Aaron Jones. He's still not in my top 5, but I think he's just like at the same level as Jonathan Taylor, in my opinion.
Next year, this list is going to be completely different.
Oh yeah, everything we're saying is going to be false for sure. What's up, guys? We Cameron died. We're back.
Camera died. What?
We're hopping into the running backs right now because
We're still in the running backs.
the free agency running backs. We're gonna look at who has
Just free agency in general.
Yeah,
honestly.
who has a contract coming up. So
A lot of people.
Derrick Henry is my number one, obviously, because he's on here. But Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard, Saquon Barkley, Austin Eckler, Cordell Patterson, Gus Edwards, Zeke, Devin Singletary, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, DeAndre Swift. I mean, that's mainly all the names. Cam Akers, J.K. Dobbins, Kareem Hunt, A.J. Dillon. We're going to say, yeah, that's about everyone. Lynn Bowden Jr. I didn't even know he was considered a running back.
Who?
Lynn Bowden Jr.
Who is Lynn Bowden Jr.?
So Lynn Bowden Jr. was a Raiders 4th-round pick in 2020, and then he got traded right before they played in 2021 to the Miami Dolphins.
That's why he knows who it is.
And you should know he's a Raiders player. Went to the Dolphins. He probably had the best against that one game where we lost 56-26 against Buffalo. The best pass of the game was by Lynn Bowden Jr. One pass, 39 yards, dime to Devontae Parker.
We're ending this video with Lynn Bowden Jr.
Yeah, so I mean, look at all those free agents. There's going to be a lot of shakeups in the league because you look at it. Derrick Henry is not coming back. Josh Jacobs is not coming back.
No way.
Tony Pollard is not coming back.
No way.
Saquon is probably not coming back. Austin Eckler is out of there. Cordell Patterson's going to the Dolphins.
So
Gus Edwards is out of there. Zeke is out of there. Devin Singletary is out of there. DeAndre Swift might get re-signed. Like, all of these guys, these are a lot of big names. The league is going to get a lot of different teams, and I'm really excited.
Singletary's a sleeper there. He had a nice year this year.
Singletary had a really good year. I think him and Zach Moss, after leaving Buffalo, really just, like, shined. I don't
Buffalo
know.
doesn't know how to use
Buffalo doesn't know how to
quarterbacks.
use running backs.
Running backs, yeah.
You put James Cook on, like, the 49ers, I'm sure he has, like, 1,700 all-purpose next year.
These quarterbacks are gross, but I kind of... I
It's
mean,
kind of dog.
okay, look at... There's Kirk, Ryan Tannehill, Jacoby Brissett, Tyrod, Marcus Mariota, Sam Darnold, Jameis Winston, Drew Lock, Baker Mayfield, Gardner Minshew.
Baker Mayfield.
Tyler Huntley, Joe Flacco, Josh Dobbs, Carson... Yeah.
There's only one starter that I would pick out
Matt
of all
Barkley.
of them. And it would be Baker Mayfield.
Baker's gonna
Maybe
resign.
Kirk.
Jameis, dude.
Dude, Jameis is not
Don't
a
sleep
starter.
on Jameis. Jameis is a winner.
I don't know. He is a winner, but
Him going to Atlanta. Trust, dude.
Jameis Winston going to Atlanta, that would work.
Trust.
I'd like that. I mean, Jameis Winston has a bunch of talent. He had 5,000 all-purpose
Jameis
yards.
or Jacoby Brissett to
Jacoby Brissett's washed. Get him out of the league.
Oh. Hate.
You just like certain players, I swear.
What about Josh Dobbs?
Yeah, you like Josh Dobbs. He got benched by Nick Mullins.
Dude, that was stupid.
That was a really dumb move. The Vikings are poverty.
Josh Dobbs saved my fantasy season.
I mean, the quarterbacks, there's not really that many good quarterbacks.
No,
up.
receiver, though.
Oh, yeah. We got Mike Evans.
Oh, what about the fullback position, though? Come on.
Mike Evans, Odell, Curtis Samuel is one of the most underrated receivers in my opinion. Tyler Boyd, oh, that's a big one. Tyler Boyd's going to have a breakout
And T.
year if he
Higgins.
goes to a good one.
T.
Oh, yeah,
Higgins.
T. Higgins, too. Jamal Agnew, Cedric Wilson, Kendrick Bourne, I think, is really good, too. DJ Chark, he could have a really good year. Mecole Hardman is kind of trash. Braxton Berrios is one of the best kick returners in the league. Jakeem Grant's a great kick returner. You got Noah Brown, who had really good games when he was healthy this year.
Ohio State Buckeye.
Laviska Shenault, Michael Pittman Jr., T. Higgins, Mac Hollins is a GOAT. I love Mac Hollins. I love Mac Hollins. Sterling Shepard, he's kind of washed. Isaiah McKenzie is the worst player in the league. I mean, so there's a lot of talent.
Do you not remember when Isaiah McKenzie dropped like 4 touchdowns on the Dolphins' head in 2020? When they dropped 56 points, Isaiah McKenzie had like 4 touchdowns, dude.
And then look at, he's the reason why they lost in the playoffs, so Isaiah McKenzie doesn't know how to run out of bounds.
Kyle Buchanan.
Yeah. Another thank you to Kyle Buchanan for following us on Instagram.
No, he didn't follow us. He accepted the because I have to message him and ask him if
Oh, thank you, Kyle Buchanan, for accepting our invite.
yeah, we got a message.
You want to go on tight ends because this is a
was
lot.
already
There's
on.
a lot of guys for tight ends. You can.
There's like no Hunter Henry, Dalton Schultz, Gerald Everett, Mike Gesicki are like the only people.
Nah. You gotta look
Johnny
at it like this.
Munt.
Hunter Henry, he's all right. Dalton Schultz is great. I love Dalton
He'll
Schultz.
resign. He'll resign with Houston.
Yeah, he's gonna. Gerald Everett, he should resign. He's great. Mike Gesicki, he's so good when he's in the right situation, but he's just not in New England. I mean, I don't know why he would even want to leave Miami in the first place, but he did. Goodbye.
He wasn't used.
No, he was used. He just wasn't used how he wanted to be used. He wanted to be the number one, and you're just not going to be the number one when you have Waddle and Hill on the same team.
Another guy.
Or no, they got rid of him before.
Another guy
Hill,
who can
but still.
kind of block is Hunter Henry.
Oh yeah, Hunter
He's a bit
Henry's
of a
awesome.
blocker.
Then look at this, Noah Fant, dude. Noah Fant was sick on the Broncos, and then he goes to Seattle and he sucks. You want to know something? He goes to another team. I bet he could succeed. Mercedes Lewis is like the oldest player I've ever seen in the NFL.
Blocker.
Yeah,
It's a blocking tight
is.
end right there.
Robert Tanya, he's a blocker. Austin Hooper,
He's not a
Irv Smith. Irv Smith's underrated. Jimmy Graham is Jimmy
Blocker.
Graham?
Yeah, he came back in the league this year. He scored like 3 touchdowns
How did I not know that,
with the Saints.
dude?
That's
oh
a
my
blocker
gosh.
right there.
Okay, so I don't even know how to say this guy's name, but
Hold on.
he is one of the most
Bell?
underrated tight ends in the league.
Albert Okawa.
Albert Okawabu, no, whatever his name is, dude. He has 88 speed in Madden, and I swear I watched him play. I watched him play on the Broncos when they got rid of Noah Fant, and he was a savage. I don't know why they got rid of him. No one's giving him a chance. If you're a GM watching this, which you're not, because no one's watching this, sign Albert Okanugabuga.
Ukanuga
Dude, that guy is awesome. I'm telling you. Oh.
Dude, he gets his takes off Madden.
Dude, I mean, I get my takes from anywhere I can.
Did you sign him to the Dolphins in Madden?
Yes, I did.
Record a Dolphins franchise for.
Oh, trust me, guys.
Everybody
There's a
out there.
lot of stuff coming in the upcoming months, and one of them will be a Dolphins X Bills
Madden. I
franchise,
hate Madden.
and you'll see me dog
hate
on him
Madden.
3 times
hate
each season.
Madden.
Yeah,
I
he
hate
does.
Madden. I hate Madden. It's so bad.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a really fun franchise series.
Connor Williams,
Wow.
Dolphins.
Connor Williams is not getting
Yeah,
re-signed.
I saw on Twitter.
He's not.
Most reliable source out there, man. Twitter. I saw some Dolphins fans say that he should get a 5-year, $64 million deal.
I agree with it. The problem is he doesn't want to come back, and
Why not?
I get it because you have your best year, you want a contract year, and the Dolphins can't pay you like what you want. But you also got to put in consideration you tore your ACL. If you want to come back, help the Dolphins win, dude. He was one of our best players in games that we didn't have him. We were like 3-6. Games that we did have him, I think we were like 9-1 or something. Not 9-1. We were like I think we were like 8-1. Games that we had him though, it was like ridiculous.
Houston. He's going to sign with Houston. Houston
I
has a
mean,
lot.
if he goes to Houston, that's going to be
Houston has
scary.
A lot of cap space.
You need a center in the league. It's as important as a quarterback, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, this is my favorite player.
Who?
Halapula Vita Vitali.
So, do you think Chase Young is coming back to the San Fran? I mean, I think he should.
He's not going to.
If he pairs with Nick Bosa, I mean,
Ohio State guy.
that's such a dominant D-line. I don't know why he wouldn't. Josh Allen's got a contract coming up.
The Jaguars might be a little screwed on that one.
Yeah, well, I think he's going to need a big contract. Josh Allen's a game changer.
Is he?
Yannick Ngakoue.
Yannick Ngakoue?
That guy's a savage. The Bears had him for like I think $2 million this year, but he's gonna deserve like a $6 to $8 million contract.
That's a good deal right there. Ooh, there's some nice corners.
Is there who?
Corners and safeties. Buda Baker, Kendall Fuller, Stephon Gilmore, Kenny Moore, Jeff Okuda, Chidobe Awuzie,
Stephon Gilmore to the Bills reunited. Get rid of Trey White. Trey White's
Emmanuel Mosley.
washed.
Emmanuel Mosley. If we're going off Madden, dude's underrated. In your Madden franchises, if you need a corner, sign Emmanuel Mosley.
Doesn't he have like 95 speed?
No, I don't know what he has. He's like a 75 overall, but he's crazy. Steven Nelson, Levi Wallace sucks.
Yeah, Levi Wallace is.
Sean Murphy Bunting, Darnell Savage, Noah Igbagnani. Wasn't he on the Dolphins?
Noah Igbenogany.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was our first round pick. We traded back with the So we traded back
History
with the
lesson.
Green Bay Packers so they could get Jordan Love, and we got Noah Iguodala, and he was really bad. We gave him all the chances in the world. He was 20 years old when we got him, kept him till he was 24, and he's just dog. He was really bad. I mean, he never really did anything, and we gave him all the chances in the world, hoping that that's not Cam Smith's future. But I think Cam Smith struggled to learn Vic Fangio's offense or defense, so hopefully he could have a breakout year. And he said he was planning on it.
Some guys I missed real quick. Kyle Duggar, Antoine Winfield,
Xavier McKinney.
Xavier McKinney. Look, Dane Jackson.
Oh, the best player in the NFL, Dane Jackson, Terrell
Yeah.
Edmonds,
Jalen Johnson. Oh, no.
Eli Apple. No. All right,
I
so
think that's it, actually. That
Dolphins
Russell.
players. This is going to be a little scary because
Oh,
these
you're
are
right,
a
most-
bunch of glue guys. I'm just saying, Jerome Baker,
Glue guys.
Cedric Wilson, mid. I'm fine with getting rid of him. We need to resign Jerome Baker. Connor Williams, I wish we could resign, but he's gone. Christian Wilkins, we need to resign. Braxton Berrios, I want to resign. AVG, we need to resign. Isaiah
Even
Wynn, I want to
details.
resign. Robert Hunt, I want to resign. Nick Needham, I want to resign to like a 5-year deal. He's sick. Deshaun Elliott, I want to resign. Chase Claypool, get out of here. 4-5 with Chase Claypool. I'm sick of his ass. Eli Apple, Salvin Ahmed, I want both back. Eli Apple actually was underrated on the Dolphins. Justin Bethel, I mean, I'm fine with him being gone. Raekwon Davis, all rookie team in 2021. I think we should bring him back. Or 2020. I think we should bring him back. Brandon Jones is a glue piece. Bring him back.
Glue.
Oh, yeah.
Glue count.
And that's mainly anyone else that I want. Like, there's like guys like Elijah Campbell. Oh my gosh, what am I saying? It's been a long podcast, long day. Elijah Campbell. He was good this year,
Campbell soup.
but he just wasn't like outstanding where I would want to give him a contract. And I think he could get like a $2 million contract somewhere else, probably like Washington. They like to do that with our old safeties like Bobby McCain and
The Bills, I can go off the top of my head with who they need to resign. These guys, you got to see if you can get them back cheap. Daquan Jones, Leonard Floyd or AJ Epinesa. I'd prefer more AJ Epinesa. I just lost my train of thought. That's great. Oh, Dane Jackson, like you said, glue guy.
He's one of the best players in the NFL.
Why-
He's great.
Why's that?
So when we went to the Bills-Dolphins game, we made a bunch of bets, and one of the bets was that if I don't even remember what it was, but something happened where I have to say Dane Jackson's the best player in the NFL. So
He's actually not. He's actually pretty good.
he's actually amazing.
He stuck to his word.
He's so good.
And the probably biggest, one of the biggest, is Micah Hyde. I say they do what they did with Jordan Poyer last year. Let him test free agency. Because Jordan Poyer was like an all-pro last year, and nobody signed him. And he came back to the Bills for like $3 million.
Well,
No one's going to sign Micah Hyde. Micah Hyde's worse.
I said it in 2020.
No offense.
Their window closed because you have Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, Trey White. All of them they had so young. Like they were almost at the age where you regress. And now it's just to the point where like, who are the DBs on the Bills now? Kyrie Elam? Like, I mean, you guys got
Rasul
DeMar
Douglas.
Hamlin. Rasul Douglas is great. And they made
He's
that was a
elite.
great move. But like,
He's elite.
dude, DeMar Hamlin in the secondary back there, in the back
Dude,
too.
dude.
Who are you gonna? What are they developing, DeMar Hamlin? He would have
Yes,
been cut
yes.
if he didn't die. If he
No.
didn't die, he would have been cut.
Hold up, dude. You're saying they can't develop DeMar Hamlin? The Bills are the best team in the league developing safeties. Look at the safeties they've had. Jarius Byrd, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer. Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer were not that good before
Fourth
they
and
came to Buffalo.
5. Who do you give the ball to? On a fake punt.
Dude,
Cut it.
DeMar Hamlin didn't make that
Cut
move.
it. Who's the 12th man on the field against the Broncos?
That wasn't him.
Cut him.
Dude,
Cut him.
when DeMar Hamlin gets
Dolphins sign him. Let's go.
when DeMar Hamlin gets activated, he's on all special teams.
DeMar Hamlin, I love you. Come on the podcast. Let's go. Let's go.
He's gonna be a star.
DeMar Hamlin.
Dude, trust. The Bill. Look, you sit behind.
DeMar Hamlin, come on the podcast. Let's go.
Okay. Well, DeMar Hamlin, he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be a pretty good player. You know why? You sit behind Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde your entire career. Last year, he showed flashes that he could be a good safety
Before
before his
injury.
tragic incident.
Yeah, that was tragic. It was very sad, but just saying, he would have been cut if he didn't.
You just talking about how
go through
you
cardiac
just.
arrest.
saying that you want him on the podcast, that you just said that he would have been cut.
Well, he would have been cut.
Why would he want to be on the podcast if you're preying on his downfall?
DeMar Hamlin, I'm not preying on your downfall. Let's have a civil debate. I'd love to have a debate with you. I have wrote a diss track about you.
That's a YouTube short.
I have wrote a diss track about you. Come on the podcast. We could settle this, and maybe I'll be a fan of your career for the rest of your life. So
big diss track guy over here.
Let's do it. Let's do
He's
it.
wrote a lot of diss tracks in his career.
Is that all of our topics, or?
I think that's everything. Yeah. Do not turn the echo on.
Boys, thank you for watching our first visual episode. I love you guys. Landon loves you guys. It's me, Richard Donahue, and
Landon Kostusiak.
signing out.